It is, of course, though, a lot better than the current situation, isn't it?
Well, the current situation was wholly punitive and deliberately so by the EU. And of course, the other thing about remaining in the EU single market, the long-term consequence is that as GB diverges and makes its own rules for its market, Northern Ireland is tethered to the EU orbit and therefore becomes more and more detached from its main market in GB and detached from its position within the United Kingdom, and is forced by dint of the single market rules to enter and align with the EU's orbit, and in this case in particular the Republic of Ireland's orbit, and therefore Northern Ireland slowly but surely is diverged from the United Kingdom, and that may well be, and I think is, the ultimate political objective of the protocol.
It may well be. Jim, I understand those points you make very, very clearly. On the ECJ, it was fascinating, wasn't it, that when the RTE journalist asked the question, Sunak refused to answer it, there was an instinctive response from Ursula von der Leyen that the ECJ will still be the final arbiter. About that, there is, I think, no dispute at all.
Absolutely.
The argument, of course, that the government will make is it'll be used very rarely, etc. Final thought, Jim, from you. The document that was produced, the Prime Minister in his statement said there will be a veto. You know, up to 30 MLAs can raise an objection and ultimately we can veto new EU law. Do you believe that legally to be true?
There's no veto within Stormont. As a commentator here in Northern Ireland accurately described it, it means that someone sitting in the back of the car can say to the driver, would you be so kind as to apply the brake? And the driver, being the United Kingdom government, can, in its own discretion, decide to do so or not. The veto would rest with the United Kingdom government, which on past form will be in no mood to upset the EU. So I think the veto is a con and a mirage rather than a reality. But the fundamental is,
okay,
if Northern Ireland is to continue as part of the United Kingdom, then we must be given the Brexit that the rest of the United Kingdom got, rather than being left behind as we have been.